What's the library for PMID?
Laravel.
Laravel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, so let's go over this activity. All right, so people, questions, answers, friends. All right, so it's like a survey. It's like a survey app where people in the app can take questions, they can answer the questions, and then they can have friends inside the app. And so let's try this out. I'm going to copy over another database schema, paste it in right here, and we'll call this friends. Oh man, this one doesn't have foreign keys. And I don't know off the top of my head how to do all that. So I'll just copy this over. Cool. All right, so use friendsDB. And what does line 1 do? Let's go to Sandy. Awesome. So if it finds a friendsDB database, then it'll like delete it, right? Drop it.
You can't recover it after that, right?
No, it's gone forever. No.
So would you ever really want to do that in real life?
No, I mean, it's just for this example. In real life, you probably wouldn't want this line here.
What would you do instead? Is it like a temporary drop?
No, not really.
How do you get visibility into if that table or database already exists?
Oh, if it already exists, I guess there could be a command that, I don't know if there's like a console log in SQL. You know, there probably is. There's probably like a select where you could select the database names where it equals this. There's probably some kind of select that would return a query.
Like if friendsDB existed, maybe you want to call this like college friendsDB or something like that.
That's a good point. If it already exists, then stop the program or something, right? Don't run any of these queries. Yeah. It's helpful in this situation where we're just trying out the code, but Josh is completely correct. Not in the real world.
Yeah, maybe like a sandbox situation.
Sandbox situation. Without a doubt. Line 3, Juthika. What does that do? Awesome. We connect to the friendsDB database. All right, so now we're going to make the first table the people table. All right, so let's do that. Let's go to Aaron.
Change that.
Nice. Done.
Keep the next line, and then keep the next line.
Perfect. Good job, man. All right, so next question. Let's go right here. Okay, here we go. Let's go to Joe's row. Yeah, we got it right here. Oh, I didn't do that, did I? That's funny. That's not funny, but good job.
And then for questions, create table questions. Second line, 2 is fine. 23, you want to change the questions.
Nice. Good job. Would there be a new 24?
No, sorry.
Yeah, cool. Good job. Awesome. And let's go to Josh's row. Let's go to the next part. So, okay, cool. making sure there's one more person in your row. Yeah, this is the primary key of the people table, and this is the primary key of the questions table. Good question. And then right here, let me paste this. Ah, where the hell is it? Okay, cool. Go ahead. Answers. Question ID. I forgot to put the primary key here, but this primary key should be here. Question ID. Oh, person ID. I'm sorry. Yeah, person ID. Oh, person ID right here. Good. And then on the next line. On the next line, we should put answer here. But what should this data type be? Oh, well, it's like the answer, right? So it should be an integer. Yeah. So I'll just put int right here. Right, and none of them are null. And then over here on line 37, what should this be? Question ID, excellent. Yeah, question table, ID, excellent. And then what about this one? Person ID, this column right here. The people table and ID. Was it people? Yeah, it was people. Perfect, good job. All right, so we got our answers. And now, I'm sorry. Yeah, I named it person ID, right? So I always do, all my foreign keys are singular and all my table names are plural. And the reason why I'm doing that is it's Ruby on Rails convention. So I'm gonna give you guys a book later on. It's actually free, and it's how I learned Ruby on Rails and got a job as a Rails developer. And we're following the same conventions in that book. So when you start that book, it'll all just make sense. Okay, so
what does Ruby make sense the most?
Oh, in like anything that has a lot of relationships. Yeah, anything that has a lot of relationships. Anything that needs analytics or relationships, Rails is like perfect. Like a CRM, Rails is perfect. What else? Like a CMS, an LMS, like anything like someone needs like an admin access to. It's not good for real-time stuff. Node's a bit better, but it's not the best. Like have you guys heard of Golang? Golang and Erlang are the best languages for real-time stuff because they have like channels built into the language. The language is like optimized for like real-time stuff, whereas Node and Ruby, they aren't. I mean, Node's a bit better than Ruby at it, but they both aren't as good as Golang.
Should we put some checks?
Oh, what check should we put in?
It says integer 0 to 10.
That's a good idea. So let's put that check in there. I forget how to do that. Do you remember?
So check and answer
Check, and then answer is greater than or equal to 0.
and then check. So it's less than.
Cool. Good call. Thanks, Aaron. Now we'll make a new table for friends. And Sandy asked a great question. She asked, what are these columns, right? Person A ID, person B ID. Person A ID is a foreign column to what table? Yeah, people, right? And then person B ID is a foreign column to what table? People, right? It's a foreign column to both. Because if you have a friend, let's say 2 people are friends, right? They're going to be from the people table. That's how we're going to identify them. So we need, this is going to be a foreign key to the people table, and this is going to be a foreign key to the people table, right? They're friends. Okay, so we don't need a primary key here. And the reason why we don't need a primary key is we have no meta information. There's no like information other than foreign keys. When you just see foreign keys in a table, you don't need a primary key. But when you have information other than a foreign key, then you need a primary key. So I'm going to get rid of this primary key over here. I'm going to get rid of this one. And let's go to Fernando's row or Sandy's row. What should I change in this? Perfect. Good job, Sandy. Person A ID, person B ID, and these two, line 48, line 49 are done. What about line 47? Which we change the table name to. Friends, good job. All right, so these are done, and now we have to update line 50. Excellent, good job, Bethany. Person A ID, and then what's that referencing? It's going to the people table. Yeah. And then over here, well, which we change this to, guys? Person B, great job. And we're done with this part. Perfect, good job, guys. Right, so we have our table here. And now we should just insert. So here, I will delete this stuff right here. We'll insert some questions in. And it was named, just, I think, what was it? Oh, wait, people. We'll do people first. That's perfect. Rob. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. There, perfect. So we got our people. We have 7 people. Now we have some questions. So let's throw some questions in there. Let's get rid of this. And then we just have question. There's a question column. So why didn't I do ID comma question, Rob? Like, well,
You don't need it.
you're right. We don't need it, Derek.
It's primary key. It's auto implemented, so you're not gonna mess it.
Good, right? The ID is already auto incrementing, so it's on auto increment. So you don't ever have to put a value into it, right? You should never put a value into the ID, unless you screwed up really badly. Then you're probably gonna spend some time. Okay, so we got the questions. So we'll do a question on a scale of 1 to 10. What's your favorite? When I put this forward slash here, it's escaping the quote. Which scale of what's your scale of 1 to 10? How good is The Office? And then we'll just keep repeating this. How good is Depeche Mode? How good is lasagna? Good is, did you say Golden Grams? Oh, Golden Grams? Golden Grams. Grams. Okay, perfect. All right, so we have a few questions. Let me put this on separate lines. So what we're doing is we're building, you could think of it as like a friend application or, you know, a dating application, right? They answer some questions and then we match people together, right? So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. That was the questions, and now I have to put some answers in. insert into answers, and then it would be question ID, person ID, and answer. Okay, so we'll just do this right here, and question ID 1, person 1, let's see, Aaron. Yeah.
Oh, which one am I answering?
Oh, you're answering this one.
Oh, sorry. 10.
10. Cool. And I'll just go down the list and 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so let's go to Haven. Oh, Haven's here online. Haven. See if I can increase my volume. I'm going to leave it at 10 unless you change your mind.
I would say 8.
8? Okay, cool. Better, the more accurate, the better, because it'd be cool if I could make some friends here. Let's see, number 3 would be, I'll put this on separate lines, so it's either Maricel. Oh yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good is Office? 10, okay, cool. And then we got Rob, 10, Ebony, 8, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, cool. And then Juthika? 8, okay. Yeah, there's no option for NA. Josh? A scale of 1 to 10, how good is Office?
2.
2? Nice. And then, okay, cool. For the next question, I'll do the same thing. All I have to do is change up this right here. There we go. And then how good is Depeche Mode? Aaron? Okay, so 5. I'll put 5 for, okay, whatever. Okay, 5. Haven? This is taking way too long. I'm going to just make up the answers. All right, so let's do this. Three. 4. 5. How many questions did I have? I had 4. Okay, perfect. So I don't have that one. That would have broke things. Okay, cool. So we got all of our answers. And now we have our friends table right here. And I will leave it like that for the time being. Okay, so now we'll insert. I'll run this and we'll just check if the data, if it all worked out. Let's see, Dropbox, class code. Okay, right here, going to source this file. Great. So I'm going to do select star from answers. Looks good. Select star from questions. Select star from people. Awesome. All right, so now for the next part of the activity, write a query to get all the people and their answers. Write a query to get all the people and their answers. So over here, what would that look like? Let's go to this side of the room. So Sandy's side of the room. Anyone? I want to get all the people and their answers. Select star from answers. That's good, right? That gets all the answers and the person ID, but I also want to get the individual person's name. So over here, go ahead. I'm sorry, Maris, I couldn't hear you. I heard the answer. I think left join. People, perfect, good job. People.id equals answers dot person ID. Good, really good, right? And this gets us all the answers and the information about the person, right? So if I run this, I just leave it. Okay, here we go. If I run this query, scroll up, we'll see everything about the answer right here. This is all the answer columns, and then we'll see ID name right here. So we see that Aaron gave a 5 to question 4 right here. But if we wanted to see, let's go to Aaron's side of the room. If I wanted to see also the question, right, what would I do? One more left join. Questions, good job. Questions.id equals. Perfect. Right, so we're just connecting the dots, right? We start off with answers, and how do you know what to do? Well, you look at the answers table, right? If you do select star from answers, that's the first step. And then you see, okay, I have a question ID, I have a person ID. All right, if I can connect those two tables to this foreign key, then I can get all the information from those columns also, right? And that's it. That's all you have to do. You just connect the answers table to this question ID and this person ID. Yeah, so you could actually do a write also. It wouldn't really impact things here, because for you to have an answer, you must be a person, right? So if we did a write join, it should be the same thing, and so we won't see a difference. The only time you'll really see a difference is when you can have null values. When you have null values, then a right join and left join are different. Because the left, so right here, we're selecting everything from which table? Answers table, and then we're joining into the people table. And over here, we're selecting everything from this stuff right here, from whatever resulted from this query, right? On the second left join, we're saying grab everything from this query and join into questions, right? So left joins like grab everything from the left side of the left join, like literally the words left join, grab everything from the left of it, what I just selected, and then join it up to whatever's on the right of the words left join, which is questions. Right? And a right join is the opposite, right? If I did right join, a right join is pretty different because it says grab all the questions and sync it up with all of this stuff, right? The great thing about SQL is if you don't know what something's going to do, you just run it. That's it. And then you just build off your queries like that. I often start with a select star, right? A select star is the easiest thing you can do. I just look at the table. And then let's say it has 1 million records. What do? You do limit. You do limit 5, and then you can just see the first 5 records, and that's it. Right? So SQL's a lot of fun. Okay, so let me send you guys this file. Oh wait, we didn't run this query. And I'm gonna do limit 3 just to make it a little bit easier. That's not easier. There we go. So we see ID, question ID, person ID, answer. This is the answer table. And then we joined it up to the people table right here. And then we joined it up to the question table right here. So we could see on a scale of 1 to 10 how good is Golden Grams, and Aaron said it's a 5 out of 10, right? I mean, I made that up, but you shouldn't eat Golden Grams though. It's all processed. That's all I ate though when I was a kid, just Fruit Loops and Golden Grams. Sorry, Janak. Fernando said something. All right, cool. I just shot it over. Would love for you guys to source this and go over this with your partners, right? And what's up?
Are we going to do something with the table, well, the friends portion of that?
Yeah, we're gonna totally. We're the hard, like this is the beginning of this. So this is a take-home project for a data analyst interview. So what we're doing is we're setting up the basics right now, and we're going into the hard part. I mean, something like this is when I started learning how to code and everything. Something like this would have destroyed me, but with time and looking over these kinds of problems, like you'll just get better at them. Juthik is doing the SQL thing on HackerRank, right? Would love for you guys to join her. Did you finish that? You're halfway through. If you want to join her, she's on it right now. And I know Kwa, and I think was it Justin or James? James and Kwa are doing the 10 days of JavaScript or something. Yeah, if you guys want to join them, that'd be great. All right, with this stuff, it's just practice. You all start off somewhere. All right, so going to give you guys 15 minutes to go over this code. And Joe, let me know when you've sourced it and you have it in your terminal.
This is actually the word that it goes in.
Oh, Joe, were you able to get in? Yeah, sure. Just give me a thumbs up. I'll put the timer right now, 15. You got it? Mhm. Mhm. Hmm. Oh, you're right there.
Well, I have a yeah,
Oh, that's right. These ones do from the board.
Oh, is it?
Created the rest of the.
You can express. You don't have to use
It should work now. That's not working.
Right. And then they have a lesson, right?
See if we can get that.
I'm not sure how to.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't see that. See everything working now. Maybe it's comment in the Oh, it is. I didn't have a comment.
Today. We do make those.
I mean, it looked fine to me. It looked fine to me. I wouldn't look at it. Hmm? Hmm. Hmm. So like if let's say you did have nulls, it won't show any nulls. It'll show only the matching columns. That's it. That's the only difference. Yeah. Well, left or right could show the nulls. Generally doesn't show any nulls. Yeah. Because like left means grab everything from the left table, right? And the left table could have null. Right means grab everything from the right side, which the right table could have nulls. Inner says like only grab me anything that isn't a null. Mm-hmm. Yeah, full's like, I think full is the left. I have to look it up, but I think a full is similar to a left. Or it could be everything. I've never really used a full ever. You typically use a left join, always. And then you use a right join, and then use inner joins here and there. Mhm.
For the pre-bind, are we supposed to npm install 4 different APIs or JSON or what are those? You know what I'm talking about? Right?
Yeah, so they gave you instructions on which packages you should use. So Spotify, right? I think Twitter. I forget. Quest.
There's Spotify, Axios, MongoDB. At least 4 packages. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So you just npm install each one.
Oh, so we do all 4 of them.
Mhm.
Okay, that's the part I was kind of confused. So then the APIs are just banned on Spotify.
Yeah. So you would use this to interface with the Spotify API, and you would use this to interface with the IMDb API.
Gotcha.
You're good.
I was just sure. Thank you.
No problem, man. All right, guys, next activity. All right, so guys, I just slacked out the next activity. Share my screen. So you're gonna select the people, write a query to select all the people. Should be a little warm up, right? And then with the number of people, they're gonna find the max answer for question 1. You're gonna find the min answer for question 1, right? It's like, what was the highest someone rated the office? What was the lowest someone rated the office? And then find the average answer for question 2. So what was the average answer, right? Adding them all up, dividing by the number, but to do that, because there's an aggregate function that you can use for that. Find a count number of times people answered each question. Find the difference between a person's answer and the average answer, and this is the hardest one, number 10. So, oh, I screwed up. Yeah, I did not. Yeah, just screwed up. I guess, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think I did delete some questions, and that's probably why. Okay, so we'll do 20 minutes, and then we'll go on break after. Put 20 minutes of effort into this. Work hard. Rob, sorry, not Rob, Joe. Joe, definitely download Workbench. There's MySQL Workbench. Actually, let me stop this timer for a sec. I'm going to reset the timer right now. If you haven't downloaded MySQL Workbench, let's go ahead and download that now. So let me send a link to download this. Here we go.
That's one we do in March Madness, right?
This is not March Madness. Yeah, this is a program that will let you your query base. Yeah, you could certainly import any data into this. Yeah. It's just a GUI for MySQL. Exactly, Josh. So go ahead, download this and install it. And I should see this on your screens when you're done. Make it easier to run your queries. Some students are getting issues running queries due to weird syntax, and this will solve it. Yeah. Yeah, so like, you use Visual Studio to like, you can also use it, but well,
Okay, sorry. Okay. Sorry,
but
yeah.
it's whatever database you know. So well, any databases will definitely go inside this.
That's
I'm gonna go over it. Just wait till 8:10, hoping everyone had downloaded running on their machine at 8:10. Sent the link out.
Warriors game.
You went to a Warriors game?
So I'm saying I can't get away from Oracle. I worked there for 5 years. Warriors game. In 18 Park.
It was a nice game.
I'm gonna show. Have 5 more minutes of hoping everyone has this screen.
Oh, so yeah, we can use.
Dude, I can't even scroll. No, that's not.
Yes, they're not really that.
She said she has so she uses this and then so on, she uses another one. Shows all the stuff that we can click on them and then respond.
One tab?
Yeah, it's not there.
One tab?
One tab, like, there's another one, at one tab, you put it onto one tab,
Right.
that's what I'm saying right now. There's another one that's like, you have to, it actually just kills the one that's on there. And then if you click on it, it'll respond. Just to say that, right? It has everything.
And then if you move, I can go on order.
So try to open two tabs. Right, like, read this. All right, guys. So MySQL Workbench. Josh said that it's a GUI, and that's a good explanation for what this is. It's like going into the terminal. It's a lot more organized and easier to use. Not to say the terminal is useless, right? Because if you, it's in some cases you just have to use the terminal. You're like locked into using the terminal. So it's good to know that strategy. So over here, you should see something like this. But here, I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click on right now. And if I zoom, you probably won't see that. But over here, for host name, for connection name, like my computer. Now I'll take a screenshot of this. Like I'm going to do a computer. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect to the MySQL program running on our computer. Right, that's all we're doing. So my computer, and then for host name, this is the server address, the server IP address. That's what host name is. And it's 127.0.1 for me. And what does that mean? That's my computer, right? 127, whenever you see 127.0.0.1, that's your computer. It's also called localhost, right? So that's your computer. And my tool for me is running on port 3306. It should probably be the same for you, but a different port, right? It's just like you could plug one thing into an outlet at a time, and you have like actually like I think unlimited outlets in your computer. So anytime a program runs on your computer, it's running on a port, right? It's almost like you have a fan, you plug the fan into the wall, right? And then if you have 100 outlets, you could plug 100 different into the wall, right? Just like that, you could run 100 different programs on different ports. SQL is running on port 3306.
Do we need to do that even though, like, right at the bottom left on the front page, like the local?
Yeah, if that works, then you're good. I'm just showing people how to do it, man. Yeah. But over here, host name's 127.0.0.1, 3306 for the port. My username is root. And then you put your password for MySQL into password. And mine is, I think, password. And then you could just click test connection. And then my connection's correct, successful. I'm gonna just take a screenshot of this. And you hit OK. And then I can click, I'm gonna just take a, you just pay attention, it's all right. I'm gonna give you a screenshot right here. And then I can click into this thing. And then I see this right here, this whole admin interface. It looks a lot more complicated. What you can do is you can click on schemas and you'll see all of your data right here. So you'll click on schemas and you'll see all your database there. And then you can click on one of them. That one doesn't have anything. Let's go to one I know works. Friends DB, tables. Yes, we see our tables right here. I see answers, people, questions. And then let's say you want to write a query, right? So over here in the middle, I would do use friends DB. And like I can't make this any bigger, can I? Damn it. Utilities. I guess not. Wait, is there something? You see something? Okay, I guess I don't see anything. But type use friends DB. Hit the lightning, you highlight the code, you hit the lightning button on it, and then you'll see a check mark at the bottom to see if it worked or not. So I'll just take a screenshot of this because I know it's funny. You don't have to click into the database to run a query. Now, if I want to do select star from people and run this, you'll see the people come up right here. So if you want to use this instead, like you're having issues with the terminal, highly recommend doing it this way. All right, it's 18. What's up, Fernando? Some maybe you have 2 instances of SQL. It's possible you have 2 instances of MySQL. I will take a look. Yeah.
I jumped ahead, so I opened it up before. Where did it go?
Yeah, I see it right there, right?
Yeah.
Dolphin thing.
Where did it?
Just gotta drag it, right? Drag it in.
Like open this up or?
You just drag it to application.
But I already did this.
Oh, here.
Stop.
Yeah, so you go to
It's running
applications.
already. Okay. I don't know why I was literally.
Okay, you're good. Put your password in?
Yeah. So, here's what.
Here's where you
And save
you wanted
password.
to add.
Oh, you could just click on this. I was showing you how to do manually. Go ahead and click save password.
And then up
And
here.
schemas, and you have everything right here. Be a lot easier to interact
Cool,
with
cool.
things.
Okay, yeah. So this is me, right?
Mhm.
And it's running off my local.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure because this wasn't coming up last time. So
Cool. Good. All right, guys. Go ahead, Josh. What's up?
All these databases, where are they deployed on your computer?
Oh, they're actually just inside your computer in like very top level of your computer. If you go to like CD user, CD, I think bin. No. CD lib. No, it's not that one. I think it's local. It's got to be that one. Yeah, MySQL. And then data. Actually, this is where it's being stored.
So every time that you create a new database, your database is creating a new folder.
Yeah, basically. But you typically don't go into this folder ever. That's why they put it like where a place where it's hard to get to. All right, guys. Let's go on break, and then we'll go and do the activity when we get back. Fernando, let me help you.
For some reason, when I tried it, cache, it pulls up just the assignments we did. So that's the thing.
I don't know where they are.
It's weird.
Maybe you ran it. The only thing is maybe another MySQL. That's weird. I don't know how you on a different port.
Yeah.
And then you have databases in there.
Okay. Too much with mine just right now.
You're all good. Yeah, just use MySQL Workbench now. You're solid. Challenging, right? So what you could do is so that because you have to make any in the middle and on the left side.
Trying to play around that net. No. Push out. Yeah, no, it's inside the stop. I don't mind this color. I'm using it that way. Yeah, it's a right. I have it. So
I think it's natural. That's it.
yeah. that'd be cool. Yeah.
I would use drones to protect my backyard. There's one person that's so gross that they're trying to work or something. All their hair is flying. Really? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's strange.
Oh, no, it's not at all.
Use it for compost.
I'm not
It's kind of gross.
I would use my cat's hair.
Yeah.
I guess they had, at least what they would believe would happen was I was talking about this. And they just take their hair. So whatever they do is they kind of like I was saying. But like it's not just that, sometimes they just grow like cigarettes. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't. One day. One day.
Well, you always have neighbors. Just having better neighbors.
Yeah, there's no such thing as because your good neighbor can move away, and then someone else can move in and say, yeah, so I too.
Yeah. Yeah,
I just did not expect it. You don't know who's going to be next in his family.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That's the name of you. Oh, here it is.
It's good.
That works. I can't.
How would you rate this further? Find the count of the number of times people ask well, it's a structure that you get.
So the minus meaning. Yeah, so you could minus, you could do subtract, you could do different in select or in the.
Yeah, so you should do different things. Well, I'm looking for the one.
Oh, cool. Good job.
Because the libraries that I do here is just like that's the average. This is
Just double check whether it's actually correct or not. I'm gonna try to. You did good job.
He's got stuck. I got two.
then it release another.
Nice. That's awesome.
Definitely trickle down.
And sometimes it's the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah.
It always does that to me. When I get stuck, I put a little bit in there.
It's kind of cool that we have vending machines still. Like, I feel like in the future there's gonna be something that happens. I don't know, like a drone that flies and brings you your snack or something. Yeah. Mm. Oh man, that's actually an interesting problem because you're dealing with traffic and you're dealing with like the lane, and then you would have actual people walking around, right? So there's only people, and you don't want to send two people in the same lane or something. So it's interesting. Or it might be just much simpler than what we're thinking. Like you just have one person in zone. But what if you have three people or one person? If you have one person, simple, you just do what you can, right? But if you have two people, you want to place them strategically, I guess. They volunteer for that?
I know in Chicago, like for the taste,
Oh, like, wait, not for games, right?
no, not for games.
Yeah, I was like,
It's
whoa.
some people have volunteers,
Mhm.
some help out with certain things.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing. You should talk to the people who run events. There's this company, Sked, and they solved an interesting problem where it was really hard for for people who ran conferences to organize their conference. Because like, let's say Developer Week in the Bay Area, like they had hundreds of speakers. When a speaker drops out, like what's their talk, right? Like uploading their talk and having the schedule right there, and then the ability for someone to log in and update their talk up. It's actually pretty simple in terms of what the application is, but they've really honed in on something. Like you would think, oh wait, you're doing event management, like right, meetup, but this is so drilled down to a very specific niche. Yeah. Scad. All right, guys, 20 minutes. And if you're done, let me give you the next activity. This one's a bit challenging. Let's put this in 711. So we're just doing 03 right now. So we're doing these 10 questions. I slacked out before the MySQL Workbench activity. And if you're done with these 10 questions, then jump into 05. And 05 is pretty challenging. Oh, yes, yes, exactly. The user version. I don't know how you have it. Secure is a database that we purchased.
Yeah, and then it's such a maybe that's kind of they have much stuff. It's all everything's fake. I don't know how you have that on your computer. It would be cool if MySQL prepackaged with it though. That'd be kind of cool. But all right, guys, you should be working on those 10 questions right now. Okay. Select all the people, count the number of people, find the max answer, et cetera, et cetera. And then when you're done with that, more questions down here. All right, guys, you should be doing these questions, O3 activity.txt. And when you're done, you're doing this, O5.
Hey, Pavan, I don't know if you can hear this, but there's no sound streaming.
Oh, sorry about that. Thanks for speaking up. Oh crap! What the hell? Okay, Pavan, there's no brightness. It's like, what's wrong with you, Pavan? Okay, so now let's go to Sandy and Ando's row, find the min answer. So I should just have to change one thing, min. Perfect. All right, so let's try that query right here. And we remember 2, right? 2 out of 10 for the office. And my average answer for question 2. So let's go to truth, because how would I find the average answer? Question 2.
Select average answer. Answer. Where question entry.
Perfect. Great, so this is our average answer for question 2. And I don't remember what question 2 was, but it's a pretty good average. People like it. It's like IMDb, right? So a 7 or above, then it's pretty good. But I've seen movies get like a 6, or 5 sometimes, and they're pretty good. What do I remember the Titans? Because I watched that movie so many times. Find a count of the number of times. Find the number of times people answer a question. This one's a harder one, right? Because we have to find a count per question. So what's the thing that we need? What's the clause that we need? Group by. We need a group by. Without a group by, we can't really do this. Any aggregate we do would be on the entire table. It wouldn't be per a row value. So I'll start this off. Select star from the answers right here. And we'll just start off with this. Right, and you know what, I'm going to change this up, limit 1, so I could see it a little bit clearer. So I'm going to show you the progression of getting the answer. Select star from answers, limit 1. So now I have a question ID here, so I can group by that question ID, right? And then I can get a count of the answers. So now I'm going to do, I'll write over here because it's a little bit easier. Select answers, group by question ID. And I'll put an ID right here, comma, say, we'll just do a count of the answer or the answer ID. You know, I'll just leave this count off. It's not going to make much sense, but so now we just have the 4 questions, right? But this doesn't answer a question. This lists the 4 questions, but we need a count for each. So now we just add the count. Let's put step 1. Step 2. Count, we'll do answer ID. There we go. Copy that. And unknown column, answer ID, and field list. So that should be ID maybe. We'll change that up. And it says 777 right here. And that's correct because we gave 7 answers per person. Now, this query would change if I insert a new person in, right? So if I insert a new person in, let's go into our schema. No, what the hell, where am I? Right here. Let me insert a new person. We'll insert in, Derek, are you in here? No, you're not. All right, Derek. And you're going to be 8, and then we'll insert you into answers. Give you a 6 for the office. And you are, so that is 8 right here. And we'll run this right now. And if I rerun this group by, we'll see the first question has 8 answers to it, right? And everything else has 7. So this query is a very powerful one, and this is a common like upper level question. Because a lot of people understand left joins, but not a lot of people understand group bys. So this is a weed out question right here. If you can answer this, you can get past a certain part of the process for a data analyst, right? Especially a web developer. Usually web developers don't get asked group bys. I never got asked group bys on my interviews. So this is what I'm beyond. And now find the difference between each person's answer and the average answer. This is a hard one because you have to use query. You have to use a subquery for this one. So over here, select average answer from people. So if I write this right here, this is step 1. What's this going to do for me? Let's go to Ebony's row. What's this going to do for me? Ebony's row and Sandy's row. You're right. It's going to give me the average answer. The average answer from the people. From the answers table. I'm sorry. Sorry. Ebony's like, I don't know. Doesn't make sense. So we get the average answer right here. That's good. But we need to find the difference between that number and the person's answer. Right? We have to take the person's answer and get the difference between them right here. Now, let's just say, you know, I'll show you how to do this without with less SQL. So that this gave us an answer of 74138, right? That's what we got. So now what I can do is I can do select answers, right? Star, comma, and I can do a column 7.4138. And I can do answer, I could do, what was it? Answer minus this. No. As difference from average right here. So let's try this right here. So going over here, you see this is the answer that they gave, and this is the difference from the average, right? It's a difference from the average. And if I wanted to make that like a positive number, I could use AVS, absolute value, but I actually want the negative in there for now because it shows me whether positive difference or a negative difference, right? So questions on this right here. Yeah, so this right here is this is not a subquery yet. We haven't done it, right? Because I'm hard coding in the average right here. So this is more like step 2. Right, so answer is a column inside the answers table, right? And we're just setting it from minus 7.41838, putting that in parentheses, and then giving it a column name right here. Giving it a column name here. So now step 3 would be the subquery part. Did anyone get to this? what would I put here? What's up? Hmm? No, right? So there's an average number for the entire answer, right? And no, yeah, I know what you're saying. That's a lot. It's a bit more challenging. It's a bit more challenging. So we'll just stick with this right now. If you wanted to get through group I think you might need to do a left join to the table itself. I think. I don't know my head. Yeah, so it'd be a little bit more challenging. That's like the next question. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll do the subquery part. So answer. Now what I have to do is I have to make another. I have to put in a query here. What do I put? Average. That would populate in the friends. So for now we're just getting like the average number. So over here I'm going to just copy this query. I could put it on multiple lines. Select R, comma, select average from answers as average answer. Right here, so I'm making an entirely new column called average answer. So let's take a look right here and do this. So see, now I have an entire column, 7.4138, which was the average, right? Now I can make another column difference and subtract this one from that one. I think this will work, it might not. Comma, do answer minus average answer. I'll actually put that another as a difference from average. There we go. Run this right here. Unknown column, average answer in field list. Okay, so this is going to give me this error right here. So if I wanted to do answer minus average answer, I can't use the answer column. So what I need to do is actually, it's going to look so awful. It's going to look so disgusting. Sorry. It's going to look like that. Right, so instead of using average answer, so this is why MySQL kind of sucks compared to Postgres. With Postgres, you could do stuff like this, where the code looks a lot more elegant, whereas the code looks disgusting. Like you can take a query and give it a name and then go off of that query. Whereas here, you can't really do that. But the reason why MySQL is used, the only reason it's listed more on the job sites, it's fucking fake. It's because of WordPress. Like all the WordPress sites out there on the internet use MySQL. So that's why MySQL shows up more on job postings. That's the only reason. Okay, so now if we run this, there we go. So now we see, I just make this a little bit smaller. Now we see the difference from the average for each answer. Questions on this? I know this looks horrible. What's the difference between answer and the average? Right, literally this right here, same thing as this right here, except this right here is we hard coded the average, right? This number, we hard coded it. Whereas over here, we're grabbing the average dynamically. That's the only difference from this and this. Yeah.
At step 2, select all, and average the answer sign, answer minus 7. We're going to put the average to the answer minus 7.4.
Okay, we could try that. All right, so we'll try that. Mean average answer. Oh, average this, like this. I'm sorry. Oh wait, I'm sorry. AVG, right? Like this? Is that what you wanted?
You don't ever want that, same because you can add new.
No, yeah, absolutely. I was just showing you to kind of like build up to that point right here. Yeah, this right here would be kind of different. I'm not sure what this would be, like would represent. You could send me your query though, the query that you want me to look at. Yeah, I'll be right over. All right, so let me send you guys this file for you guys to look at. Okay, so I sent out this file for you guys to go over with each other. On Saturday, the first thing we'll do on Saturday, damn it, thank you. On Thursday will be 05, right? This 05 act will be the first thing we do. If you want to work on this beforehand, that's great. And then we'll do the citizens. And yeah. So raise your hand if you have questions on this. This was a little hard. It's all good, man. The window I'm not sure. Alright, this is fine. So your password, one of these is wrong.
Can you show me like how you log into MySQL? You were using it. Oh, were you using him? Oh, so yeah. It's how we got MySQL. So now it's is yours working? Yeah. Because otherwise, don't lay on it. Only because yours is working already, and then. So. Nice. Teamwork. Teamwork and dream work. This makes it actually.
It makes sense.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, like, it's more like. Oh, yeah. I think Andre's correct. I saw the medal. It's not really. Just using the same answer for the one he said, right?
The only problem, I don't know if you know something about no, I know, I mean, but move it over, get different sets, but then I put everything in the for some reason, it gets stuck in record.
This is the long.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I was working. You have to take care of that. It's all different.
Over again.
Oh, I almost feel like
Just like that,
you can get like.
or you want me to click on
So like, you can get 60 gigabytes memory, yeah, all of it's like $1,000 when you go over your computer. And then what you can do, my friend does is, like a powerful desktop, his laptop's like, just standard. He'll log into his own computer.
So whatever he is, like he's using what's it called?
Exactly, because that's a power.
Yeah.
But it's, to get that, it's not even available. You
Yeah.
can't even get that.
Right. You can buy it in acid acid, right?
Well, you don't have to go that far,
Right.
right? Don't even look at prices.
Yeah.
You can do so much, especially if you're into photography and effects and stuff.
Yeah.
Like having a desktop is very valuable. Even if
Yeah. See,
usually you never see it.
I don't know, but I'm just gonna try to like list them